Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to episode 1 of the Unranked to Crystal series for Scholar. Apologies on the pause there. This is a requested video by a particular user in the very popular PvP server Revival PvP, who was asking how they could climb from unranked, or rather low ranks, to higher ranks. Maybe their desired rank is Crystal, Omega, or even the highly desired Ultima rank. But whatever the case may be, I decided that I would record a series for them, and I suppose for anyone else who's watching this alongside with him, to just show you how, Scholar can also climb. It's not impossible. It's actually been done not only by yours truly, but I'm sure other players as well, and therefore that is what the whole point of this very introduction is. So, right now I am on a PvP Ultima, although I'm not on Scholar. It looks like I'm on Red Mage. Apologies for that. So let me get right into this right now. I'm going to switch to Scholar, and we are going to queue up right into the first series of games here, just so that you guys can see how it's done. I've been meaning to do something similar, given that I've also received some other DMs, or not on Discord or on YouTube or anything, just in game as well, regarding, hey, when is that series going to start again? And well, here we are. I'm going to do that right now. So here we go. And as I was talking through all of that, I suppose we just popped our first match. So yeah, without further ado, let us begin just episode 1 and also match number 1 of this here Scholar Unranked to Crystal series. We're going to open up right here on Clocktown. Not my favorite map, but hey, I suppose I just have to deal with it. So as I'm talking here and as we're loading into the match here, I forgot how I kind of did these things as to what my thinking process was, but I suppose I'll just do live commentary and the as I play and stuff like that. My thoughts on the match, matchups, etc., etc., but also just on the core concept of what Scholar's supposed to do here. So basically, it's not impossible, like I stated earlier. You kind of want to just play around your teammates to the best of your ability. It's kind of hard given that most players will opt for chasing down targets, won't really stay around Crystal, which is where you come in, honestly. I mean, you are, as a Scholar at least, supposed to be the dedicated objective player. You'll see what I mean in a moment here. So, yeah, as we were saying, without further ado, let's go into this. So, right here, I would go right down center door if it's Clocktown, just because you want to set up in this back portion here as your teammates start grouping up. This is pretty much the pre-game area where a fight's about to go down. I'm going to go into a biolysis here immediately after Expedient. We're going to get the first kill. I'm going to now focus on this Paladin here, given that they are right in my line of sight and they're right in the front part of our team here. I was going to CS them or change strat, but I suppose they died immediately. There's no real need to waste therapy here, given that most of my teammates are still alive, excuse me, and they're not really that much in danger. We are kind of just setting up here perfectly, actually. I don't know if it was just the early game Adlo into Expedient, but as you can see, the enemy team is just falling down one by one. I'm going to actually take this time to Elixir here now that I mention, or now that I see this, because I was low at mana, and given the new Purify changes now that I mentioned that too, you kind of don't want to be below anywhere near 5,000, just because you'll need one set of 2,500 for the Purify and the other for any recuperates that may follow after. So I see my teammate here getting caught. What I'm going to do is just do the same thing and now drop Seraph. I'm going to look to buff up my Viper here with Adlo, and in the meantime just get the any opposition off the Crystal here. I don't even have change strat on my bar. That's kind of awkward. Let's fix that right now, mid-match. Yeah, we're going to take care of any remaining targets, just broil them down, and that is literally game number 1. As you can see, it's just that easy, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know how to feel or react about that, but yeah, that's basically game number 1 in a nutshell. I was gonna discuss other things, but I suppose I'll cut it off here and have a post-game analysis or breakdown. I think, yeah, that makes sense. Just in the name of saving my breath and keeping things rather organized. So yeah, I'll take this time to pause it here, and I'll see you in the next clip. Alrighty, this segment of the video is going to be dedicated to just discussing some, insight on not only the previous match, which, to be honest with you, I could summarize right now in 10 seconds. It was just a rather lighthearted match. Things just fell into place, so to speak. There was not really much to discuss other than perhaps, just expedient at the right time, Adlo at the right time. I don't think there is nothing really noteworthy to discuss other than just the luck of the draw, as really bad as that sounds, but neither here nor there. I did want to discuss, though, the main core thing at hand. What is Scholar supposed to be doing? That was the main purpose of how this even started. I suppose the answer to that question was just what I will reiterate now. Um, Really, Scholar's just supposed to sort of be a team player. It's supposed to add low. DT. Step number one. At the start of fights, it usually just drops Seraph at the very center point of where Crystal is located on each respective map, wherever that may be. So, like on Pala or Palestra, literally right before it opens on center, because where else are your team going to be in that first few seconds of a fight? You know what I'm saying? Or, I don't know, in the example of what we just played right now, Clocktown. I would suppose right at the beginning of where you end up on the other side of the door, assuming there's like, threats such as enemy warriors who would want to primal rend right into your team, or I don't know, just like Seraph is a 60-second cooldown first and foremost that isn't something that I would say you just need to use rather conservatively. I mean, you do want to use it, yes, but at the same time, you kind of want to also use it rather strategically, rather uh, efficiently. Yeah, I guess that's the word. Other than that, your main important bread and butter, I think, for just general sake, is expedient into biolysis, just because this button right here is going to be the difference between whether or not you win a team fight as a team, just because of the increased damage that it has, the healing reduction, and all the other properties that come with just having a dot plus a healing reduction. There has been quite the debate about whether or not you should just use it even though your expedient is on cooldown, to which I say you can go right ahead for the mere act or sake of just having the healing reduction aspect of it, but I do personally, it is not a right or wrong answer here, I do personally think unbuffed Biolysis is such a waste of a cast, just because the damage that it's going to be applying over time unbuffed, which is 3,000, for 4 ticks of server time, of how many times it can apply the damage, is just going to be healed back by 1 recuperate. That's all it takes to just undo 1 button cast of this. So that's why I think it's best to just min-max every single Biolysis cast with Recitation into the Biolysis cast. It just makes sense to me. And not only that, you'll eventually come to a point where Seraphism will be in the picture. You'll apply a free stack of the Recitation buff, yada yada yada. So just keep that in mind as you play through things, and well, I wasn't in queue, so I suppose I'll get into queue now as I discuss things. But yeah, just general 3 things that you worry about as Scholar. 1, Adlo DT, right? You want to just keep your teammates buffed by Adlo as much as you can, as often as you can, because that button of Adlo is just 10% DR. That is so important, so beneficial, like, I know it seems like not much because 10%, but it does add up in the long run. Step 2 is expedient into Biolysis. You apply that, spread it with deployment tactics, which I kind of can't because I'm not in range. Maybe I should accept this queue. And then, yeah, Seraphism, or rather summon Seraph at opportune times, if that makes sense. Anyways, yeah, I guess while I'm here, and now that I can't really cut the clip off, we're going to go right into game number 2. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into this. So I usually like to discuss things, as I mentioned in match number 1, that I never really got to, which is matchup. Here I see I have a fellow healer, which is Astrologen, followed by a series of DPS, 1 melee, 2 ranged. I think the composition here is rather balanced, although we're missing what they have, which is a tank, but that shouldn't be of worry just because I think if the team manages to stay close to their healers, we'll do just as well as if we had a tank on our team. And on that note as well, I mean, Samurai can kind of tank, quote unquote, as crazy as it sounds, just because of their Cheetan buff, which acts as like a small DR. I'll be giving them DR with Adlo, etc., etc. So I don't think there's nothing much to worry about here. We'll see how this plays out, but I do think it is like a 40-60, just because Paladin is pretty strong. But we'll see how it goes. As for general things, Clocktown is just Clocktown. We'll need to be sure that our teammates don't fall into the buffs. Anyways, yeah, same strat as last time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're going to go right into this, right through front door. I'm going to add low plus DT right before the fight starts. And as the enemy team walks up, I'm going to wait for the crystal to break here. And then I'm going to recitation, or rather expedient now, set up everything, because they are going to push as soon as this crystal breaks. I see my teammate got caught here, the Astrologian. I'm going to give them an Adlo, yep. And then we're going to strike down this Paladin with Broils over time. They aren't going to see it coming. Great, that's -1 player advantage for them at least. So we're going to just continue the damage and killing spree here. We're going to just DPS down this ninja as my team pushes a crystal here. While they regather and set up again, I suppose I'll just group up with my team here, set up another Adlo plus DT into Expedient, and make sure that my team is all buffed up for the next fight, just because we want to make sure that we have the edge over them. I do see that their Paladin just spawned, so now we want to make sure we meet him at an even playing field. He's going to run into me, stun me. I'm not going to purify that just because it's not worth it. His team is not around. I see my teammates are also fighting on the other side of the map. We want to get rid of this Paladin as quickly as possible, given that they're going to collapse and converge on us any second now. I did change strat him as soon as he went into guard, so now he should go down. I'm going to drop Seraph here now that my teammates are back near the crystal. And also because enemy team is nearby. They're going to be wanting to push into us. I'm not going to let that happen just because, wow, they just let us push into it. This ninja could have stopped this by just walking on point, but I don't know. You see, like, there's not much you have to do as Scholar, but there is a lot at the same time. It's hard to explain, given that most of the games have just been easy wins, but you can at least see the philosophy, or rather the study, the practice, pun intended, of everything I've been meaning to explain, of how simple it is to just, you know, play Scholar and Ranked, or just in general for Crystalline Conflict, you know. This was my bread and butter, or has been my bread and butter for quite some time now, so I'm trying to, at least for TLDR's sake, show you what to do as Scholar and how it's applied. Anyways, we're going to go right into clip number 3, which is, or rather match number 3, which is, wow, this was an insta-pop or insta-Q pop, however you want to say it. So yeah, we're going to get right into game number 3 here. I don't want to call upon bad juju here, or whatever you want to call it, but I don't know, like, given how easy the games have been, it's almost like you want to lose just so you can at least have something to talk about. But let's not do that. Let's not think negative. It is also a map change, so this is great here actually, because at least I can change up the playing field a little bit in terms of how I do the commentary and stuff like that. I can at least show you a different perspective, or different viewpoint rather, given that it's a new map. Whatever, however you want to say it. But yeah, same philosophy, same idea. It's really just run it down middle. Hope that your team stays with you as you buff them. Bayside, it is literally a coin flip map, just because everything is determined by this center fight. And you're given at least 1 or 2 extra fights, assuming, you know, things line up on your checkpoint and things of that nature. But Bayside games can go really, really fast, and I'll show that right now. As for the comp, I think we're doing fine here. We have quite the comp, actually. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Anyways, yeah, so I don't add low here. I add low once everybody's jumped through middle, just so that we can have it ready. I'm going to drop Seraph immediately, just because fighting is going to happen as soon as it starts, once we get on this point here. I'm also going to take this time to broil down anybody who's low. Good thing my teammates caught that guy. I'm going to ignore Crystal and just stay with my team here and add low them as they fight for the next kill here, because we want to maintain player advantage or team advantage here. They're -2 now, so now we have really not much to worry about, given that they're going to be in a 3v5 situation. Red Mage is just going to get caught here. They have no outs whatsoever. Their ground pod is gone. Gunbreaker's just going to finish them. I do see my Black Mage going down here, so that's unfortunate, but we still have the advantage in some retrospect, given that they're still fighting in middle. It looks like their Monk is going to go down, which is great here. So now we're in a 4v3. we're we're calling for them to push the crystal here. So I'm not doing much other outside of just broiling. I do see a guard going up, so I'm immediately going to change strat here, just so that we can get an edge and get them out of the crystal here. I'm going to actually take this time to expedient into Seraph, just so that we start setting up and breaking checkpoint here. I'm going to sneak in a bio if I can. I don't think I have the angle though, so if this recitation stack goes to waste here, I will just go, you know what, I'll just do it anyway. I'm going to add low just because I immediately saw a Gunbreaker LB here. I'm going to broil as I break, or find whatever opportunity I can to buff my teammates as I'm breaking here, just because I don't want to sit here and do nothing. We catch the Gunbreaker, which is great. As my teammates are pushing here, we're going to try and save this guy, who's our Gunbreaker, who's our only front line here. If he goes down, we really don't have much in the name of defensives. So I'm going to just take this time to expedient bio. We're going to see a guard go up, so that's immediately a change strat waiting to happen. And that's game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that easy. It's just that simple. Nothing too crazy. And I'm hoping, once again, that things go this way. Let's not call upon negativity here or whatever. Anyways, we're going to end the clip here, and we're going to go right into game number 4 whenever that pops. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this is game number 4. I'm loving how games are popping this late into the season. It's like literally 2 or 3 weeks in. I've honestly lost count. But the point is that it's great that people are still interested in ranked. Usually things die off after such a period of time, but neither here nor there. Just thought I'd point that out. Anyways, game number 4. Looking like we're having roughly the same comp, except instead of Black Mage, we have Machinist now, or something changed. Oh, it's the Reaper, I think. But I think we're in good shape here. We're just going to run the same strat over and over again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, of course, right? So, yeah, as I said, we won't wait until everybody's jumped here in middle. Immediately apply add low plus DT and drop Seraph closest to where you think the team is going to be. I immediately see guard on the monk. They're going to be the closest to center, so I think that's where my teammate's going to focus most of their damage on, but it seems like we got a guy out of position, which is the Gunbreaker. I'm going to put my last Adlo on him. Hopefully he gets out. I also have to take care of myself here. I'm going to take this time to try and broil down anybody who tries to contest point here. Nobody's putting a 1 marker, so this is going to be pretty all over the place in terms of damage. I recitation, or rather expedient. I didn't catch anybody with the Biolysis spread. It's okay. We're going to look White Mage here as they slowly start to die. There it is. I'm going to also be careful of my own mana. And I don't know why that guy's elixiring there. We're going to elixir behind this wall here. If they're willing to stop it, they will, but they won't. So, yeah, anyways, we're going to just keep fighting here because we're actually 3v3 right now. This is actually very winnable given how low their resources are, particularly their Astrologian. If we see Astrologian anywhere, we kind of want to focus damage on them. And it looks like we're just going to go down 1 by 1. Here, it's kind of dangerous to stay and fight here, given that they're all going to reconvene any second now. So I'm just going to make my way out of this fight if I can. Leave my... I think it's somebody there to die. This monk is going to just chase me down, unfortunately, but they're going to eventually give up. My Reaper's going to open up here. So what I'm going to do, actually, is just help them secure the kill here. By that, I mean I'm just going to apply Biolysis. Excuse me, I'm trying to think as I talk here. And apply Change Strat as well. Hopefully, they don't live, which is unfortunate if it happens. It is what it is. I'm going to stay on point here. Things are looking pretty dicey, so it's nothing to worry about, though, given that we still have 50 here. I'm waiting for my Seraph to come up here so that I can apply it to the checkpoint as we break. The enemy team is looking to reconvene here. I'm going to drop Seraph, add low plus DT, and then immediately recitation after to get ready for the next Biolysis cast. Spread with DT, and then immediately Elixir, just because I'm noticing my mana is low. I don't want to get caught by a stun and then not have anything to follow up to heal. I'm going to look their White Mage if I can, just because they have the lowest mana. My add low plus DT is off cooldown. Oh shit, but I couldn't spread it in time just because my teammate fell down here. We do have a Reaper LB here, which is huge. I don't know who they're going to go and look for, but it looks like it's their Dragoon. And my team is just overall just dying to cleave. It is what it is, but we're going to do our best here. They're all falling down and we fall down as 5. That's fine. We did a lot for the first 2 minutes of the match. I think it could have definitely been played better had people just played more defensively or whatever, but it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. We still got this. With 2 minutes left on the clock, the most that they're going to do is probably just make it to our checkpoint or hit the center. However they want to do it. Our teammate unfortunately just died to center. It is what it is. And I'm going to just set up here. Recall I did say match number 1 of Bayside that there's literally like 2 fights left into the match, assuming they make it to the checkpoint. I'm going to take this time to expedient bio. But people are just falling down because Astrologian just popped their LB. It's no big deal. I'm going to just keep fighting till the last man. Maybe they make it out because Seraph is still in play right now. It's just very difficult to direct things here just because people are going to keep falling. I'm going to fall back here, give them the checkpoint because we are down players. They're literally just going to look for any opportunity to take us down one by one. The monk did not kill me yet. We're going to go for potion here and see if we can just reset. They're going to look for cancel if they can. No, they're not going to make it. Our gunbreaker is on point right now, which is great. They're delaying the crystal progress here. I'm going to recitation into bio. I'm going to put my life on the line here. Hopefully my teammates come and save me. I'm going to drop Seraph on point as I get off. The Reaper is going to LB. Gunbreaker's on point, so that's all I need really. I'm going to try and aggro some of them off of point here. And then going to reset just in the name of soaking damage and making sure that nobody takes the brunt of the damage here. It is getting close to overtime, so what I want to do here is just focus more on survivability. But not only that, give my teammates the space to secure any kills if they can. I'm not sure if that was our Bard. No, that was their Bard for sure. But speaking of Bard, I'm going to focus their Bard, make sure I don't die in the process. Ast LB was popped. This might be looking like game over here, just because as soon as Shagoon lands, I'm pretty much dead. And he waits until I'm dead after. It's literally down to the last person, and that is the first loss of the series. I did kind of call on it. Just want to take a look here. Not too much can be said. It was just unfortunate timing of a lot of different things, and yeah, that can happen in ranked. These things happen, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to just take the first loss on the chin. It is what it is. We're going to move on right into game number 5 immediately after these messages. Alright, I suppose I have to discuss what I meant by these messages at the end of the previous clip here. It's the YouTube thing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button for all the future videos that I will be posting. Yeah, just do the YouTube thing, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, whatever you need to do, because it helps the channel out, gets the video out to more people, I suppose. That's how the algorithm works, and all the other beautiful things that you do as viewers of this here channel. Thank you so much. Nice job. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this is game number 5. And yeah, as we stated earlier, a loss was inevitable. I would love to, go on a win streak, and like I said, I did call on it. So now what I will do is do the reverse. This game is definitely going to be win, Smile. In all seriousness, yeah, I'll definitely try my best to win here, just because it would be great to end on episode number 1 on Bronze 3 ranking placement, so because we are in unranked still, and the beauty about this stuff too, by the way, I don't think there's demotion starting until like platinum. I don't know if they've changed it, but demotion is the concept of going from one ranked down to the previous rank. I mean, you can still go from like gold 1 3-star, for example, right back down to gold 5 or gold 4 0 stars. That still is a thing, but the concept of de-ranking from gold back to silver, etc., yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think it is. It's only a thing starting in platinum-ish. Like the lowest you could be once you hit the threshold is plat 4 0 stars. After that, let's say you go diamond, etc. Neither here nor there. Just thought I'd point out something that yeah, even with that loss, we're still at 3 stars. Anyways, gameplay related stuff. We're going to have a 4v5 situation, it looks like, because one of our teammates opted to go long way around, which is whatever. I'm going to open up on Astrologian here. This guy was quite the menace, assuming it is the same person, I'm not sure. But I'm just going to focus everything Astrologian, because I do not want for them to play the game, and it was a great idea because the team saw it as well. Reaper's going to go on point here. They're going to get caught out, hopefully. They take ground pot, which is whatever. I'm going to set up the next Adlo plus DT just so that my teammates have more buffs and defensives here. It looks like Gunbreaker's just caught here. We need to put everything on them. As you can see, by the way, as I push Crystal and as I do my scholarly things, I am broiling my targets down just so that I have something to do while my downtime is going on. I get caught by the Picto stun, which is whatever, but they seem to be wanting to die on point. I say we just let them do that, because a White Mage Beam is coming right in there. Kamehameha. Add low into DT. Never forget, guys, just add low into DT whenever you can. There's really no need for Seraph just yet because the next fight hasn't started yet. So just keep in mind as you do Scholar stuff too, when and where to put Seraph. Typically I do it right off cooldown in higher rankings just because fights are always happening, but here I think they're just giving us a nice little red carpet onto the checkpoint. And while I'm here, I'm gonna just put BGM to 100, or also known as battle game music, I think, just so you can hear this beautiful rank up noise. It interrupted me. So yeah, what a way to start the first episode into, ironically enough, the revival of my previous series. Just under a new character, a new, I don't know, a new job, of course, right? But this is also for the person who requested it. Doing it out of the kindness of my own heart. And yeah, we're going to call it here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll try my best to update and progress this as I go. I apologize for those who've been waiting or wanting to see the Viper one. I will get back to that as soon as I can. I think I need to just focus on one thing at a time. And yeah, without further ado, or rather, with all said and done, thank you so much for watching. Please do the YouTube thing as described earlier. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!